Okay, Carolyn, can you talk about what happened to your property?
Well, to whomever sees this, what happened was kind of startling, and I'll just tell you the story. My family had a number of properties, nice properties, in Kern County and Ventura County and Santa Cruz County. And in the process, we had had them leased, and they're special properties. They've got some acreage, and they were beautiful homes. And the banks came. We had actually paid for the properties, and on one of them we did a securitization, and it shows by Bloomberg it was paid in full. But the properties were paid for, not in the normal way with a check, but it was actually paid in money that reduces the debt. That's a little longer story. And then we went through processes of FDCPA letters, which explained that not only to answer certain questions, and people helped me with this legal thing, and they couldn't answer. So after the FDCPA properties, sorry, I'm nervous. After the after the letters we'd sent out, when they didn't respond, we could go through different processes. A very legally trained young man helped us with this, and everything was secured, everything was put into the county records in terms of them being our properties based upon paying for them in full and based upon the fact that we'd sent inquiries, and then we bonded the properties. The properties were bonded for well over their value, so that if there was any kind of a problem in terms of any kind of a debt, the banks would need to reclaim the bond and not go after the property. They left us alone for a while, and then they figured out that if they could get us off the properties, they would do unlawful detainers, and they would push us off the properties because in unlawful detainer court they don't check title. So they took one piece of paper from the county recorder and would hold it up and say, see, this is purchased, this is a trustee's sale, we bought it, even though there were rescission papers and full reconveyance papers and bonds showing it, and their notice of sale had been withdrawn, and all the shows in the county, and their sale had been withdrawn. Also, some of these properties were involved with MERS, and MERS, of course, can't hold properties and has problems. And in one case with American AHMS, American Home Mortgage Service, I believe it's called, they weren't even registered in California with the Secretary of State or in New York. They couldn't even do business here. And they were the ones that started this. I learned this later. But the bottom line is they got us out by using, and got tenants out, which was our livelihood, by using these unlawful detainers to push us out without even looking. And then they claimed abandonment. And the abandonment is what they use then to quickly try to sell the properties, move into the properties. My husband had to move. We had a lot of horses. We moved to a very small area, put up these temporary corrals, kind of like what you see here, in order to preserve we couldn't, what do you do with a lot of horses? And taking care of these animals, we have a lot of dogs that protect us, and we have horses which we're selling and finding homes for. But I won't say it destroyed our life, because we have love and we have very good friends, such as the gentleman that is taking this picture. And there's good things happening, but the banks have shown absolute criminality. We've done beautiful fraud cases, and the judges they bring in retired judges. They remove judges that are obviously showing they're in our favor. The people for Chase didn't even respond timely to a fraud case because they couldn't answer a single thing, and it should have been dismissed in our favor. So they brought a different judge that had never been there, we'd never seen, and he just ruled in their favor, point blank. It's a travesty, and we really need help. And I'm sorry if I didn't do a very good tape, but anyway, this is my explanation to try to explain a little bit of what went on. Thank you.
And then, so are the property under your name or like a trust?
Properties are under the Melton Minor family trust name. They're under a trust name.
And
they're not under my name specifically, no.
And they don't have a lien against the property. The bank, like Chase, they don't have.
They were paid off, and there's a bond.
Oh, okay.
And a securitization audit would show that they were paid off, but even without that, all following the documents that are recorded in the county, it shows they have no rights to the property.
Okay.
None.
None, right. So it's crazy that they managed to get
And
it.
they managed by the pushing us off, by using an unlawful detainer to get us off the property. They forced abandonment, and they use the abandonment, and they stay away from it, and they don't even sign the documents. They don't even put a declaration saying that the attorneys represent them, so nobody's held responsible. It's all done very cleverly.
Yeah, very tricky. Okay. Okay, that's good. Hopefully someone see the video, come and help you and also fight for you.
With somebody, it's so obvious what they've done that a good attorney that can work in a way, isn't afraid of the banks, and can work in these courts, which we know are largely controlled by the banks. An attorney could easily work his way through this and affect the banks and change things and probably get quite a bit of money doing so.
Yeah. Okay.